Welcome to our next video blog. The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. It's a phrase that we all hear. We've probably used it once or twice. Usually what we're talking about when we say that is that a person is very much like their parents. So we say the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree, meaning that they're just like their dad or just like their mom. Wouldn't it be great to hear someone say that about you? But I don't mean about your biological parents. I mean, wouldn't it be great to hear someone say that about you when it comes to your Heavenly Father? When they were saying that you are a lot like God. The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. Now let's come back to that one. Today we're looking at the fruit of the Spirit. Actually, throughout most of this week and next week, we're looking at the different fruits of the Spirit. Today, we're looking at the fruit of the Spirit that is love. Love is the first of the fruits of the Spirit. And it's listed first for a reason, because it is the most important. Love is what it's all about, everybody. Love is the key to our entire faith. Without it, none of the rest of the fruits, or frankly, none of the rest of the Christian life really means much of anything. The Apostle Paul gave us that great metaphor of fruit. We talked about that yesterday. But it was John, the Apostle, who gave us one of the best statements about fruit, about love, in all the Bible. I want to read it for you today. It comes to us from 1 John 4, 7 through 12. John writes this: "Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. Whoever doesn't love doesn't know God, because God is love. This is how God showed his love among us. He sent his one and only Son into the world that we might live through him. This is love. Not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son as an atoning sacrifice for us. Dear friends, since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God, but if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us." Love. Most of us have heard either sermons or stories or read about the three different Greek words for love. Agape, which is the unconditional love. It's the love that we have for God and that God has for us. Philios, where we get the word Philadelphia, meaning brotherly love, the love we have for the people that are our friends. And then there's Eros, which is the physical love, the romantic love, the love we have for our spouses. Love is an emotion, but love is also a choice. Love is about romance, but it's also about loyalty. Love is about sacrifice, but it's also about fulfillment. Love is such a broad term. How do you sum up the idea of love in one word or phrase? John does it for us. He says that love is of God. What does it mean to be of God? Well, then he kind of flips it on his head and he says, okay, so God is love. All that God is love. Not that God is so loving, but it helps define true love for us. What is true love? It's the things that are of God. This isn't the true love of our Disney movies, where true love's kiss fixes everything. Those Disney movies can come close to what love looks like, but they're pretty stuck in one particular rut of love, when love is so much more. No, this love that is of God, this true love, this is actual, non-fiction, real love. And that's our calling, to love one another, to truly love with God's love. Why? Because if we are of God, then we will be loving. There isn't a choice in that. You can't have one and not the other. To be unloving is to be ungod, I guess. So what does that mean for us today? What does that mean for us tomorrow? What does that mean for us in the weeks to come, and specifically in COVID land here where we live for this time? Love means caring for other people instead of caring for yourself. Love means sacrificing for someone else's sake when it really matters. Love means giving of yourself with no expectation of anything in return, even thanks. Love means doing the dishes or the laundry or cleaning your room and not getting rewarded for it, not even praised. Love means watching that Hallmark movie that you hate, just so that you can be with your spouse. Maybe love even means giving up the remote control. Love means praising him not just at home, but around town, with your friends, even at church. Love means being to everyone else like God is to you. And what could possibly be more loving to anyone than trying to draw them closer to God? Evangelism is love, even though the world has told us that it's not. There's nothing more loving than trying to draw someone closer to God. What if we gave God the credit for our good behaviors and actions, not in a fake self-depreciating way, oh, well, God gave me the gift, but rather really legitimately saying, no, this is about God. The reason I do these good things is because God did them for me. That's evangelism, folks. Anything that we can do, anything we can say, anything that we can possibly do in our lives that can draw someone else closer to God is all about love. That's what love is. Whether they don't know God in their lives or whether they're your pastors, anything we can do to draw someone closer to God, that's love. So let me end right where we began. The fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. What if we let that literally mean what it literally says? What if we looked and we said, if you want the fruit of the Spirit, fruit in general, if you want that fruit, then stay close to the tree. Stay close to the source. The farther we drift from the tree, the farther we drift from God, the less of that fruit will be born in our lives, and the less people will know His love through us. Love is to want this fruit of the Spirit for everyone in our lives. And that means being close to God and drawing them close to God too. Let's be loving today. Let's be loving tomorrow. Even harder, let's keep on being loving, especially in the times we don't want to. So, a couple questions to ponder. What can you do today to show your love for someone? Better question. What can you do constantly and continually to love other people? All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you Sunday morning at libcov.org.